Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming, so we're going to do something pretty cool here today. I got these two decks from Gary, if you guys know who that is, right off the bat from the first name. Then you know he's one of the biggest legends in the game. He's been around for so long. Basically got the PSA process started up for Pokemon. But he's the one that was on Pawn Stars with that $1 Million Charizard collection. You can still find that on eBay now, and he's got a lot of other really cool stuff too. So I picked up this Brush Fire deck. This is going to be another deck that I'm adding to the pile of Brush Fire decks I'm going to try to open up in one massive lot. So that's not going to be in this video, but I am going to open up this. This is a Gold Strip Zap deck, and this is the deck that you can possibly get the Phantom Pikachu in. And what I mean by the Phantom Pikachu or the Ghost Pikachu, it has a partial first edition stamp on it. So I wanted to buy one, and I just wanted to give it a shot on camera. Maybe we can actually pull it off. You know, if we don't, then this is a lot of money, quite a bit just straight down the drain, because these are very expensive just because there is that shot of the Ghost Pikachus inside. So I'm going to open it up and see if we can actually pull it. So let's see if this pull strip works. See if I can actually get it. There it goes. No turning back now. See if it opens up. I don't know which side it's going to be top. Okay. It should be Shadowless. Alright, there we go. So we have that Mewtwo. It's definitely a Shadowless deck. Before we get into it, let's just kind of savor the moment a little bit. We'll check out, see what else is in this deck. So we have this original rule book. It doesn't even say version 1 or version 2 or anything on it. Got some pretty cool stuff in here. Let's see what the first Pokemon card it shows is. Can anyone guess? That's right, it's a Charizard. You have the first ed Charizard used as an example as the very first card in the rule book, so the very first rule book. Over here we actually have some Shadowless stuff, or shadowed stuff. That energy is indeed just regular. So does that switch. Let's see what else we have here. Not too much going on. There's some Raichu. They're all just unlimited Shadowless. So you got all three versions in here. You got Shadowed, Shadowless, and you've also got, of course, the first edition Charizard. So there's that rule book. Let's see what else we have. Got those original counters. They are in a baggie. And we also have the Chansey coin. A little bit OC. I don't think you could get a PSA 10 out of that one. Very cool. Alright. So, as for this Mewtwo, it should have a stain right down the middle of the card. You can kind of see parts of it. That's why, I mean, a lot of these decks, if you open them up, I mean, even if it has that Shadowless card on the front side, that Mewtwo is not going to have a chance at a PSA 10. See, it is already split a little bit. Decks have a tendency to have that. Let's just kind of be careful opening them up, because really I don't want to nick the sides, because I don't want to damage the Phantom Pikachus if they're in here. Alright, so, man, that front of that card is so sticky. So you can see it, man. It's just like completely stained all the way across. I tried grading a Ninetales that had this stain issue going on the card, and they just graded it as a 4. They didn't actually give it the qualifier. But if you look at the back side of this card, I mean, you can tell it is in really nice shape. Got a little white nick down there. If it hadn't been for that, you know, that glue wearing off, then, you know, this card would have a good shot at the 10. I want to put it in sleeve, but I don't know if the plastic is going to make it worse or not. Like, it'll stick to it. See if I can just get it down in there. Alright, still looks pretty cool. So we have us a Shadowless Mewtwo, so if nothing else, we got us a holo. I'm not sure where in the deck the Pikachus are. It's been a while since I've opened one of these up. So we've got us a Shadowless Kadabra and Jinx. And then, I know most of you already know this, but I'm going to go over for some of you who don't know what Shadowless is, or why I'm saying some word that sounds like it's a compound word that you don't use in normal everyday life. Here on this right side, this is what it's referring to when it's saying Shadowless. This card does not have that like that shadow border on the right side of the picture, where later cards were given that darker border so it had like a 3D effect. These cards in general have a little bit different font. They're a little bit lighter. Sometimes they have energies that aren't centered within, you know, their attacks. So this one is because it has 2 lines, but that one's on line 1 instead of in the middle between 1 and 2. And then also at the very bottom, see right here where it says 99 and then it says 1999 again, and then there's no space between the 1999 Wizards. That is also a definitive indicator of cards being shadowless. So we got another Jinx, Haunter. Kind of got like a little border color error. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this whole top, like on both sides, you can see where it changes over. And then it gets pretty dark down here. There's another Haunter. We got Ghastly. Another Ghastly. Now moving on to Drowsy. Now I'm just waiting for that Pikachu to come around the corner. We got Abra. Oh, so no Ghost Pikachu. Check it out. So, not all Gold Strip Zap decks have the Phantom Pikachu, in which we pretty much assume that because there aren't that many of them out there, but I wanted to take the chance to see if one would be in there. I remember I sold the last Zap Gold Strip deck that I had that I sold, ended up having them, and man, I was just like, I really wish that I had gotten it in that last video. We'll go ahead and finish out the deck. We've got Magnemite. Should have 4 of those, or I guess we have 3. We've got Computer Search, Defender, Super Potion. Overall, the centering on these looks good. I'm going to just check the back side. Sometimes you have something crazy going on with these cards where they're like 4 cards on the back side. Next up, we have Switch. We have Potion, Gust of Wind, Bill. And then should be a lot of energies. So we got a lot of lightning energies, and then we have a bunch of psychic energies as well. Just going to glaze through and make sure there's nothing crazy in there. Like a weird ink dot. So I'm going to go back to the Pikachus. I'm going to kind of go over a little bit what that Phantom Pikachu is that I was looking for, why I opened up a deck that's so expensive. So as you can see, there's 4 of them. If we had struck gold and had the Ghost or Phantom Pikachu on this left side here, then it would have like a partial first edition stamp, and these are getting pretty tough to find. I believe Rock Carolina was the first one who discovered these. He nicknamed them, he coined the term Phantom Pikachu, and then it kind of rolled into Ghost Pikachu because the stamp was like, you know, it's only partially there, you can't really see it. These definitely do not have them. It'd be right here on this left side. Let's check out the condition of the back side, because honestly these are centered really well. I'm thinking I may still send these off to PSA. Just got a little white dot down there. This one's got one at the bottom left. Another really small one on the left. So overall, these cards are really good. A lot of these Shadowless cards are. I'll probably sleeve most of them up. This is the one that I wish I could get a stain grade. I think I saw where SM Pratt was able to get a stain grade on a Mewtwo like this before, and it was like a stain 9. But every time I send them in, they don't seem to give that to me. I don't know if it was just something that they did, they were a little bit more lenient with before, like they had been with some of the errors. In fact, if this had been a Ghost stamped Pikachu, then I don't think PSA would have even graded it, because they've sent back my last several that I've had. And Gary, the guy who sold me this deck, he's got the he has a PSA 10 copy, and because they don't actually identify, you know, a name or that particular error within PSA system, we don't know how many are out there. And he's been asking around to see if there are actually other PSA 10 Ghost Pikachus out there. Now, I think it's very possible to have them in PSA 10 condition, just because if you get them out of the theme deck, they're most likely still in really, really good shape. But the problem is, you have to find this deck, you know. You don't see many of these. There was another one that went auction recently for like 450 bucks. I paid like twice that, you know, for this deck, mainly because, you know, I wanted to just see if I can have a shot at this one. I don't know why I missed that other one, but so if you see these, I mean, they're already really tough, because gold strips, you know, gold stripped, like this little pull tab right here on these decks, pretty much always means that the cards inside are going to be shadowless. So people are going for that guaranteed shadowless deck. You can have shadowless decks in ones like this, But without that gold strip, we don't know for sure if it's actually going to be Shadowless or not. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a few things if you didn't already know all of this information. And if you did, I hope you enjoyed the opening and can understand why I went for the Ghost Pikachu. I'm an error collector, uncut sheet collector. I kind of go for the weird, the funky, and the really rare. If it's something that's like a one-off, like inverted cards or FPOs or something like that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out another video 12 o'clock tomorrow.